Acemagic have reached out to me and asked me to do a review of their budget laptop. We're going to unbox it together, we're going to test it together, go through the spec and everything else. We're going to put it under some duress as basic PC type working, and then I'm going to try to convert this into my sort of gaming machine that I could take on holidays and things like that. So not just emulation and retro, we're going to go on to Steam, add my Steam account and put this under a bit of stress with some more modern 3D type graphical games. Budget laptop shouldn't do very well, should it? Let's find out together. Let's get this thing unboxed. The Acemagic, as you can see, comes fairly well packaged. It's still sealed. On the back here is a bit of a spec breakdown. We'll have a quick look at that. It's shipped from the UK. They've got UK address, so yeah, London there. But it's obviously produced in China, made in China. This is a laptop, obviously. TX15 it's an N150 processor, 16GB of RAM, which is pretty decent. 512GB of storage, ROM. And it's a UK model. And it's grey in colour. Guess that's going to be the adapter. Nothing else in the box there. Nope. Right, okay. Let's see what we get. In here, as I say already, I'm guessing it's going to be the power cord adapter, and I'm correct. Yep, typical adapter, charger, whatever you want to call it. Not sure what's in that. We'll have a look in a minute. Little manual there. It's a Windows 11 system, so should be fairly standard, really. Right, okay. Quite well packaged, as you can see. Get it out. And then let's have a look, see how thick, what it looks like, etc. It feels quite a decent weight, actually. Not too light, but not too heavy either, you know what I mean? It it doesn't feel cheap in terms of weightness. Initial thoughts, it's quite a nice colour. It's metal, it's not plastic at all. That's metal all the way around. Nice big vent across the back here. These are all rubber for stability for your surfaces. And looking at this, I'd guess that these are the speakers, left and right, looking at that there. In terms of thickness, it is that thick, which I'm guessing is probably about 10-15 mil. And it fins a bit at the front there. Got like a curve going on. Right, on terms of the sides, what we got here, got a USB 3 slot, a HDMI out, a USB-C. That's the power supply there. And this side we have got another two USB 3s, a headphone jack socket, and SD card, micro SD card. Nothing along the back there and nothing along the front. The screen is like a matte screen, which is quite good. I'm not personally keen on the glare when you got like that you know, the screen where it's all a bit too glary. But anyway, that is that. In this box here, let's have a look what we got in here. It's very light. This is a keyboard overlay. It's a rubber. Feels lovely and soft. I suppose the idea behind that is, I'm guessing this is set to American. Yeah. This keyboard is American standard, so to change it to UK keyboard, you drop that on. Fits over. Give it a bit of a push on. Seems to have stuck quite nicely, so let's get it switched on. See if there's any power in this thing. Setup complete. Took about 5 minutes. It was just password, things like that, and I had to do a little, you know, that little wheel you get. But about 5 minutes. Haven't done any updates or anything though, so it probably requires that at some point. So in terms of physicality, let's look at the brightness levels. So FN key here. Let's take the brightness down. Okay, there's the brightness down. And the brightness is now at full, but we'll do a proper video test in a minute via YouTube. So let's take a look. This is very responsive, this pad. It's quite nice. It feels good. There's no sort of areas where it lacks. You've got like the tap, or you've got the physical clickers. Okay, so you've got left there, right there. In YouTube here, I've currently set it for 480p, and we're just going to gradually increase it. So quality is 480p at the moment, so we'll keep it at that. Then we'll go 720, 1080, etc. It advertises itself as a high def screen, so it should be okay up to, you know, sort of HD. But anyway, here's it, 480. You can hear the sound there. Let me tamper with the sound. Let's get it to its maximum. So that's the sound at 100 with me talking over it at the same time. So it gives you a general idea of the level of volume. That music isn't too testing in terms of bass, etc. Now let's up the scale of this. I'm going to try it at 720p now. Should see a nice adjustment there. That's quite nice and sharp, and it's quite clear. Just hope my camera's picking it up. I'm sure it is, because it's a fairly decent camera. Okay. And now let's up it again. So it's currently 720, 1080p, which is HD. This should be as good as it gets, according to that, because it's a high quality screen, high definition screen. So we will push it a bit further, see if we can notice any difference. But that's a lovely sharp picture there. Nice colours. There you go. A few greens there now. So let's go quality. Change it up to, let's try it at 1440p. That looks really cool. I don't, has it improved anymore? I don't know, it's hard to say, isn't it? Let's try and keep the thing running. But to be honest, for a budget laptop, that picture quality is pretty awesome. And that's it at top quality there. But it only advertises itself at a total of 1080p, I think, so HD is its resolution anyway. So that is pretty damn decent, I think. As you can see there, we've accessed the webcam on board, which is just there, where my finger is. It's not the greatest in the world, but it ain't bad either. I mean, let's be honest, if you're doing Zoom calls for work, etc., that's going to be absolutely ideal. There's no problems with that at all. Before we get to the performance of gaming, aesthetically, it's a very nice looking laptop. It's a nice colour. I really like the colour. It's sort of, I describe it as like a dark grey, sort of metallic grey. It's a good sized screen, as you can see there. The screen was sharp. The sound isn't too bad. But again, it's a budget PC laptop. So what do you expect? You know, it's very sort of, the sound there hasn't really been tested. I'm sure in game here we'll test it a bit further. But for everyday PC practical tasks, this is absolutely fine. The webcam on there isn't the sharpest in the world. But what do you expect? It's a budget laptop. But for everyday PC tasks, surfing the internet, Word documents, that sort of thing, this will suit you absolutely fine. But now, let's put this under some serious stress. Let's gaming. That's where it's at. Gaming. Time for the gaming test. So I'm going to use this Bluetooth controller. Just that there, and it comes with a little dongle you plug in. See how much install is required for that. Connecting the controller now, just going to plug this dongle into the USB slot, of which there are 3 in total, so all good there. It's flashing away. I'm now going to press the connection button on the controller, and we'll see. Controller's vibrating, the PC's just made a ding noise, so it's already connected. That was pretty straightforward. Let's kick off with some emulation, so some old classics, but something a bit oomphier, shall we say. So let's pick a system here. I want something that's typically sort of, yeah, but something a bit arcadey, but with a bit of half decent graphics. Let's have a look here. What we got here? Capcom SNK, Gigawing 2. Let's try that. That's quite a robust shoot 'em up, shall we say? A good game, bit bullet hellish. Going to turn the volume up for this one a little bit because it's a good game. I do love a good shoot 'em up, and this is a decent one. Gigawing 2. There we go. Get the coins inserted. Yep, straight into the game. As you can see, it's Japanese. Okay. I used my special straight away. That's not so good. That's fire. Right. Okay. You can see why they call them bullet hell games, can't you? But we are only testing out the graphics and stuff. So as you can see there, this is sort of a higher end graphic game for the arcade. A good shoot 'em up. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Just an absolutely nuts game. But as you can see there, no issues with that at all. Demon Front now, which is a bit of a clone of Metal Slug, but set in Demon World rather than, you know, Metal Slug Planet. Anyway, we'll see how this one does. This should be okay. I'm guessing there'll be no issues with this. There we go. That's working absolutely fine. I do enjoy these sort of games. I like the sort of the comedic effect in a lot of it. But there you go. So that's absolutely fine. This game I'm not actually au fait with that much. I've not played it as much as I have Metal Slug. But hey, looks a good fun game. But we're not here to enjoy the games tonight. Oh no, we're here to test the system and see how well it can do. So, all good there. Let's go test Steam. In Steam now, just booted up, Orcs Must Die 2. I love this game. This is just really a graphics test to see how it handles it. Don't get me wrong, this isn't the most up-to-date graphical test we can give it, but it should test it quite well. Check the options there. Video. Full window, full resolution, graphic detail is high. Let's accept that to see how well it does. So this is it here, Orcs Must Die 2. As you can see here, graphically, it's on the high graphics setting and it's not struggling with that whatsoever. But let's bring the orcs into the equation. Let's see how it goes when we start having a few orcs running around. Where are they coming from? Which entry? Here they come. Here they are. Right, okay, so it should start getting a bit busy now as they all start coming. No slowdown from me. I'm using the D-pad and the cursor keys for the movement, so it's not the best for this. Ideally, for this game, you would insert a separate mouse and then use the keyboard. But as you can see, graphically, there's no issues there whatsoever. Absolutely fine. Go on in. You may batter me. So far, so good. Next test is a bit of an online play game. As you can see here, Risk. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I absolutely love Risk. It's a great online game, and there's still so many people get on the servers and play it. So I call it social gaming. So this isn't going to test the system graphically, but it will give us another option. We'll see how well it handles sort of online gaming. Are you ready for Glow? Yes, I am. Right, so I'm going to get into a game and we'll see how well it handles online play. Enter the 4-player game. This is a great little online game, a game that I thoroughly enjoy, and one that I cannot chill to nicely. So imagine having this laptop on holiday and you're sitting there in hotel reception whilst waiting for the missus to get ready for the evening out or whatever, and you jump on their internet and you play an online game of Risk. We're on a 4-player game. It's just a great way of wasting an hour of your time. I'm red, so it's my turn now. I'm the second player to take a go, so we're not looking too bad. Right, okay, as we're only testing it, let's just go anywhere. Let's not play properly. Next phase. No slowdown at all. As you'd expect, this game won't test the standards of the system, but graphically it's still very nice. It looks nice. It's just a great online game to play, so I just can't knock this at all. And I think what's different is giving me some nice options as well. Obviously, I'm using the control pad on the actual laptop. Ideally, I'd have a separate mouse, especially for these sort of PC-based gaming. It'd just be more relaxed, more chilled. But that's no fault of the laptop itself. That's just a personal preference. The game is going really well. A very sociable game. I don't think I'm going to do particularly well, but as you can see, I've got the continent of Europe there because I'm red. So I'm due, as long as I can hold on, an extra 5 players this time. But anyway, to the performance. Online performance is absolutely fine. There's no lag at all. It's happy days. A good social game as well. I've got my Xbox Game Pass account set up on the laptop here, and I've gone into the cloud gaming, so we'll test, see how a game runs via the cloud there. Let's have a look. What we got? I've no idea what that Doom the Dark Ages is. I've not played it, but it should be a nice little test. Go straight through skip. That's fire, okay. Right, here we go. Bit of action. As you can see here, 0 problems with cloud gaming. So, plenty of options available. What does that do? Anything? Is it just a checkpoint? Checkpoint, one would guess. Anyway, carry on. Shield block. Hold left trigger. Okay. Cloud gaming working absolutely fine, no lag there at all. Obviously this is only as good as the internet connection you've got, I suppose, but equally the computer still has to process it as well, so I'm not complaining. As a real budget laptop, it's doing everything I want it to do, plus a little bit more. Very pleased. Let's summarise the Acemagic laptop. Now, to be honest, its build quality is pretty good. It's solid. It's a metal case, no plastic. Nice vents and stuff. Plenty of ports on there, USB-C and USB 3.0. So plenty of options. The screen is a good size. I think it's 15.6 inches and it's sort of widescreen effect. So it's a good size screen. As you see next to my head, I have a little head, by the way. No, I don't really. I have an average size head. Some may disagree, especially Mrs. OG. The keyboard's quite nice. That overlay, I was a bit concerned about the rubber matte overlay thing, but as you can see there, it's solid. It stays, it's in place, I've not had to move it, and it feels all right, you get used to it. The pad there for the manoeuvrability and the clicking, etc. is absolutely fine. The zoom and everything else was good. While we're talking about the screen, I quite like the fact that it's a matte finish rather than a gloss, so you don't get that too bad a glare. And as you can see there, when I did that test on YouTube, the screen's absolutely fine, up to HD. Very nice indeed. Now we come to the important part, which of course is the gaming. Now, as you saw, this thing does not struggle with the gaming of which we tested. Retro-wise, it's not going to struggle with your Super Nintendos, your Mega Drives, your NES and all that stuff. Of course it isn't, because that stuff's easy. It's nice to emulate. But there's so many options for this, which goes above. I mean, don't get me wrong, you've got your typical handheld and things like that you can use, you know, when you're travelling and what have you. But this takes it up a step in respect of, I added Steam and I added the Game Pass there. Now, this for me opens the world up, because with retro gaming, I've got the handhelds and everything else, and they're great. But if you want it, like for example, I gave the perfect example. I'm waiting for Mrs. OG to get ready. We're staying somewhere abroad, nice and hot. And I've even got myself a beer while I'm waiting. So I'm down in the hotel lobby. I've got a decent internet connection. A quick game of Risk. Takes a good 40-50 minutes. Happy days with that. And that aside as well, as you saw there, the cloud gaming was absolutely fine. So the difference is this gives you options. You're not just stuck with your retro gaming. You can play modern games. As well with Steam. Testing, all right, Orcs Must Die 2, it's not the most modern game on the planet, but graphically, it's a good step up from the typical retro games that we all know and love, and it handled it on high graphics with absolutely no issue there, as you saw. So all in all, I think for a budget laptop, that is pretty decent. So as you know, disclaimer, Acemagic sent me that. I have not been paid for this review, this is purely my own review. But they've given me a link to share with you guys along with the code that you can save money on. So if you want it, that's the code to use and that's the link in the description. So overall, it's good. The sound isn't bad for the speakers. Don't get me wrong, it's not the greatest quality sound in the world. Of course it isn't. It's a budget laptop after all. But it's got a headphone jack. I've not tried it with the headphones, but I would imagine, depending on how good your headphones are, you're going to get a good quality sound. That was the Acemagic budget laptop. As I said, there's links in the description if you're interested in purchasing one. and rock and roll. I'll be absolutely honest, it surprised me. Let me have your thoughts in the comments. When you're abroad and you're on holiday, what gaming options do you take with you? Be interested to hear. Anyway, Acemagic, nice one. This beer is for you. See you all on the next one.